Thanks for joining me on the M8 Discord meetup, etc., number 15. This is an interesting one because I have some not so great news about the pre-order status and shipping. So back when, how do I start this? Back in April, I was, or even actually beginning of the year, I was kind of waiting for a specific type of variant of the CPU chip or the microcontroller, the Teensy. I was waiting for a specific version of that to help production, especially with assembly. The first 100 beta units took me about 2 weeks just to get the Teensies properly mounted to the circuit boards, and it was quite a big process to do that manually, and it wasn't going to scale. So making more than 100 units just didn't seem feasible to me at the time. So I ended up, waiting for a little bit, and news of the new controller or the new brain or whatever you want to call it, the new Teensy, wasn't out. I couldn't get any information. We were already headed toward March or April, and I decided to just move forward with the design I had, and I decided I would engineer a solution around the problem to be able to do it in mass a lot quicker than I did previously. Some of the things that helped is I switched some of the pins around, I simplified some of the circuit, which made some of the unexposed pads, the solder joints that are used. I basically made a design so that way there were no hidden pads in the design. So that way you could still access it via soldering iron. You don't have to completely remove the Teensy from the M8 to be able to fix it. I think it was the beginning of June, I was talking to my PCB assembly house, which is local here in Los Angeles, and somehow managed to convince them that we should try pick and placing the Teensy. And for those that don't know what pick and placing is, it's a machine that takes the reels of parts and grabs them and quickly puts them onto the board. And then the whole board gets heated up and soldered automatically. So by pick and placing the Teensy means that there's no manual process involved, and it would save me countless hours, and it would be a better soldering job, and the rest. When I talked to him, what we needed was, hold on, let me change the screen here a little bit. Give me just one moment. Beep. Let me do that. And then I'm going to switch my view to Discord. There we go. So there's the Teensy right there that I'm showing. So when I talked to him, the main problem was to pick and place this chip, we needed to put it onto a reel. And this is what a reel looks like right here. And you can see these little, I don't know what these are, some kind of connectors. But imagine a reel like this that's bigger and that could fit a bunch of those Teensy boards. And what that will allow the machine to basically grab the Teensies and place them. When I talked to him making a custom reel for the Teensy, I was told 2 to 3 weeks for the manufacturer that makes these, for the turnaround for them to get it. And once they got it, they would manually put the Teensies onto the reel because they have a machine there. It's somewhat of a manual process, but they have a machine there that they could place all the Teensies into this piece of plastic, basically. And then from there, we would start assembly. Earlier this week, right after July 4th, I contacted them asking, what are the updates on the boards? How's everything going? They didn't respond to me. I figured it was because it was right after July 4th. Maybe they're still on vacation. I don't know. But I ended up contacting them, I think it was yesterday, in the afternoon. Here we go. So they replied to me, "Hey, Tim, we should have the PCB received around 7/22 and the custom tape around 9/16. The custom tape is what they're referring to is this tape right here, because this whole spool of tape needs to be customized in order to fit the teensies. And I replied, "Oh, I thought the custom tape was 2 to 3 weeks, not 2 to 3 months." Because obviously, if they receive the tape around September 16th, that means they still have to do assembly after they get the tape. So we're talking about October by the time I get the boards to finalize assembly. This basically, when I got this email and I replied to them, it broke my heart. I was like, what? Because I thought they already had the custom tape by this point. So that's pretty much the story at this point. I called them after I sent this reply to them to try to verify like what happened. And they said that last time they ordered custom reels, it took about 2 weeks for it to turn around. But this time around, for whatever reason, where they've slotted them into the schedule, that's the date they gave them back. So I'm basically like, okay, so I don't have a choice. We're delaying shipments of the M8s until, I want to say, October something. It could be sooner if they get the reels sooner than what they were told. But that is what it is. I wish I could, I don't know. I'm filled with severe disappointment. It kind of sucks, but I don't really have a choice. One of my options that I was really contemplating doing was, and they even offered to like do it, would be they don't do the teensies at all. They just give me the boards back without the teensies on there. They hand me back all the teensies I already have. I gave them, and then I just go back to the manual process. And I'm like, well, that's going to take me probably 2 months to do it myself, and the quality is going to be worse. So it just didn't seem like the right solution. So that's that. Of course, I really don't hope. I hope people have patience. If you don't have patience, you could go and get a TNT 4.1 and an SD card and run M8 now. With about $30 in parts, you could run M8. It's just not the full portable version. It requires a desktop computer or whatnot. But at least it's an option for people to hold you over for the extra delay. But yeah, that's the story. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask me.
Not really a question, but a comment. For those who don't know, I was one of the people who received a beta unit, and I remember it was like around this time that you were putting the beta units together by hand with the teensy and documenting all the steps. And we were watching you put them together and spending hours and hours and hours of them putting together, and then things not going well, and then learning you had to bake them on and all that stuff. And I just remember it being extremely painful to watch you go back and forth with trying to get the assembly working.
Yeah,
And I for one would not. Yeah, I wouldn't want to put you through it again just for the sake of getting these done or delivered sooner. I think that would be just that's torture. So I for one will happily wait for the production units and for the reel to get together. And I'm sure that many people here feel the same way.
The funny bit is on the beta M8s, it was a twofold problem. Like, one was whenever there was a failed like soldering job, because basically it's a blind soldering job. There's pads, like you see the picture I'm sharing right now, there's pads actually underneath the teensy as well that you don't see there. So if anything went wrong on those boards, I had to basically desolder the teensy off the board without damaging the teensy. So it was a big headache for any board that didn't work. Secondly, it was like peak summer, and I was in my shop with no AC, and I was using a reflow oven. So reflow oven heats up a circuit board, so that way the solder melts. And when you open the drawer, it basically spills out, the 200 Celsius temperature just spews out of the machine constantly. So I was baking in the sun. And funny enough, if I do it again this time around, we're getting close to the same time of year to deal with that again. So, but I could, I don't know. I'm keeping all options open at this point. I'm gonna wait until they have the boards, because they said that they'll receive. Because remember last meetup, I think I discussed how I had to remove the TRS, the MIDI TRS AB switch, and from that I had to order new PCBs, which is why why they said on that email, the PCBs will arrive. I don't remember what he said, 7/22. So they're still waiting for that redesign to come in. So basically what they get is they get the blank PCBs, and then they basically silkscreen on the solder paste, and then their machines there just like place the parts rapid fire. But yeah, so I don't know. The advantages of waiting as well is it gives me more time to work on the manual. It gives me more time to work on the software. It'll probably result in a better, more stable product when it gets in people's hands. I also have all of the cases. I have all of the enclosures. I have all of the bags. I have basically everything. And the PCB assembly house has all the electronics. Like, we have everything ready. It's just waiting on those silly spools to be manufactured. But because I have everything else, I could pre-stuff the travel cases with the cables and the little cards that it comes with and all that stuff. So I could kind of do a lot of preparing for those units to come in. So once they do come in, I get the orders out the door as quickly as possible. And I think that's probably a good strategy, especially with the manual stuff, because I still haven't had time to really work on that. With the moving and everything else that's going on, it's been, I work a lot. But with that all said, if anybody else has any questions, let me just catch up on chat if I missed anything. I don't think I did. Yeah, I'm truly sorry, everybody. Like, as much as everybody wants an M8, like, I too want you to have one. Like, I've been working tirelessly trying to get these units to you. I'm severely disappointed, but I guess it's the state of the world right now, as far as, everything's on fire, literally, and production across the board everywhere has been slowed down. So, I guess I should have expected it. So I made a little video. Hopefully I'm still sharing my screen. I made a little video of some of the work I started to do. And I'll just start playing it and talk over it. So this right here is the aluminum enclosures. And what I have to do with the aluminum enclosures is I have to debag every single one individually, make sure there's no dings, dents, scratches, etc. And then the next step is I have to place the serial numbers onto those cases. So here's me. I've already done about 300 of these, just putting on the serial numbers. So I'm doing everything myself, by the way. What I have to do when I get these units is I have to, when I get the circuit boards, I have to put on all the keys, the keycaps, the screen, the battery, upload the software, test it, make sure all that works, screw the unit together, put the serial number stickers on there, put the 4 rubber feet on the bottom side, put it in the case, pack it, and ship it. So, but I'm manually placing the serial numbers because I have all that stuff right now. You could see on that last, if I back up here, you could see how it's kind of bent around the edges a little bit. What I end up doing after I place the serial number stickers is I end up just heating them all for about 10 to 20 seconds at about 200 degrees Fahrenheit, 100 degrees Celsius, just to help make sure that the glue nicely adheres to the aluminum enclosures. This is kind of a process I made up as I went along, noticing that I really wanted the serial number stickers to stay put. So after that point, they're nice. I'm using, these are the felt bags. Hold on, let me pause. Ugh. These are the felt bags. M8 comes inside of a felt, or it's not a felt, it's like a, I don't know. It's like a microfiber velvet kind of bag. But basically, your M8 comes in that bag, pre-assembled and everything, of course, and then that fits inside the travel case. So it's just a little bonus little bag. But I'm using them here in production because they're excellent for making sure that none of these units will get scratched. You know, it super protects them versus that crappy bubble wrap that the factory used. So I'm just using those to protect these so that they don't get scratched up when I move boxes around and stuff. So I'm doing there. So I'm going to do that to all the units. It'll only take a couple days to do all of them, actually. It's not so bad. But here I'm like trying to shoot video while doing this. So it was a little bit awkward. Here's a box filled with those. Yeah, but you get the idea. What else did I shoot? I did this video yesterday. These are all of the travel cases. So they've all arrived safely. And these are all the cardboard boxes that arrived this last week. There's a QR code on the box that just will link to the help site when that's up. This is my M8, but I put the cables in there that comes with, some stickers that it comes with. You can see how the velvet case fits in the bag. And then I turn on the unit. There you go. So one thing, the only difference with this unit and the production units is there's like a little bit of brown visible here on the speaker grills. That's actually blacked out on the real units. But then that's pretty much identical. Yeah. So hopefully you liked that weird little video I made. Let me get out of here.
I just want to say that all the packaging stuff looks so good. The cereal stickers are beautiful. Everything is crazy good.
Thank you.
Yeah. The even the just the little felt bags is such a nice touch. Like such a like little care to detail for keeping them safe, even though they're already going in a protective case.
Yeah, there's a few things that I was worried about with the cases because they're not like super padded up. It's a good size case, but I felt that I didn't want people pulling on the keys to get the M8 out of the case. I mean, you can do it that way just gently, but the bottom line is the keys are socketed. So I don't want somebody getting confused if they like yank on a key real hard to get it out of the case and they pull a key off and they're like, yeah. That's because it's an option that you could switch out the keys, or if one of the keys breaks, it's a really easy swap out. But in doing so, I was like, well, if I put it in a little bag and then put that bag in the case, then it has little strings you could just pull on to get the thing out. Also, if you don't want to use the travel case and you want to throw it in a backpack, the little velvet bag thing works just fine.
Head is. I think I'm going to need another protective bag to protect the felt from shredding. So can you help me with that?
It was funny. I was showing my friend the M8 the other day, and I like opened up my bag that's on my bicycle to get out my laptop bag, and then inside that bag I had the M8 case, and then I unzipped the M8 case, and then there's a bag with the M8 in it. It's like it's a bag and a bag and a bag and a bag. But yeah. Let me see if there's any questions.
3 people on oh yeah. I imagine a lot of the headless users had never seen the splash screen before.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's a little, in case nobody knows or people don't know, there's a splash screen when you turn on the M8. You can, and it plays a little song If you there's a song file inside of the system folder, and that's the song that it plays when it turns on. If you delete that song or move it to somewhere else, then it no longer does that startup screen. It just goes straight into the last track you were working on. That's the other thing the headless unit doesn't do is with the real unit, when you power off, it does a save state. So when you power back on, you are where you left off. It doesn't save over the original song. It's a temp file that it saves and recalls.
Weirdo.
So, what else we got planned for this meetup? That was a lot. Does anybody have any questions, by the way?
Blooms asks, can we make a custom splash song?
Yeah. So if you could edit that song or save any song as startup.m8s, the M8 song file. If you put it in the system folder, then it'll play whatever's there. So the animation's hard coded. It's not like playing a movie file or something. It's just a little crappy algorithm that I made, essentially, that does the splash screen. It's a little crappy algorithm. But yeah. I think I showed you guys the stickers, right? It'll come with basically a circle Dirty Wave sticker and a hold on a second. Okay. Yeah, so it's a transparent sticker that says M8. It's the Dirty Wave M8 logo, and then a second sticker that's a circle sticker, basically. I'm also planning on doing some merch. I was planning that before this delay, and now it seems like a really stupid effort to do any sort of merch now that things are delayed. It's like, hey, you could buy this cool shirt. You'll get it before you get your freaking pre-order. Yeah, I feel bad about that, but it's been in the works, and I'll probably have more news about it in the next couple weeks. Basically, I hired my friend to help me out with getting that stuff sorted. So hopefully it'll be cool stuff too, because I don't want to do just like generic logo stuff like I did with the stickers. That's just pretty much what I personally have time to do.
Brightface mentioned the using the diagram from the help pamphlet, and I actually thought that would be a really cool silkscreen on a black shirt.
That's not a bad idea.
Okay, I do this all.
The help.
Or you can do the exploded.
So how does that help you? Do you get do I print it on the shirt backwards so you use a mirror to
yes.
Okay.
Correct. Yes. Or if you're doing a demonstration, you can stand in front of someone and you can tell them. You can just point to the buttons.
You need variants. One upside down so that you can just look at your belly and be like, oh yeah.
Yeah, you can have the backwards version on the front and then the correct version on the back. Perfect.
Or do it so there's a print on the inside and the outside.
There you go.
Because that'll feel really comfortable on your skin.
Reversible t-shirt. On the inside, you can see the teensy.
Yeah. There's also talk about maybe doing like a cheap headless version that comes with the SD card and some nice things and maybe a little controller or something. I don't know. We've been kind of talking back and forth about that on Discord. I've been thinking about it in the back of my mind, but the last thing I want to do right at this moment is to start a whole nother hardware project. So, but that's probably a good idea in the future as well. Just because it'd be more affordable for a lot of people that can't afford it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm bummed. I'm gutted. All right, so I have, hold on, let me set some stuff up. I have 2 songs to share from users. think I have some other stuff. Let me share my screen. I don't think anybody else has anything to share unless somebody has a track they want to send me, like now. But I got 2 songs lined up here.
I don't have a song today, but I'm working on a preset folder, and I'm planning on making a track with all the stuff, which will be a good demo for it. So
Oh, that'd be great.
I'm hoping to have that ready by next meetup.
That also reminds me, this also pushes the deadline out a little bit for the SD card content. So if anybody has anything they want to contribute, whether that be presets or demo songs, I've loved so many of everybody's songs that they've shown here on the meetups. Literally, just contact me, DM me on Discord or email me. That would be awesome. But hopefully I wrap that up though, probably in 2 to 3 weeks, because I still have to copy all those SD cards that will ship with the unit. So. But yeah, we have a little bit more time, I will say. Yeah. That's my song. See, I can't read the screen from here. Hold on a second. Let's see. What song do I want to play? There's this thing that Disposable Planet, I believe, sent me. That's some sound effects that they made. I guess to show some of the synthesis of M8. I haven't heard it, so I'll just play through some of them. Whoa. Oh, that's my favorite one. Thanks for sharing some sound effects. That was neat. I had an order to these things. I don't remember what they were, so give me a second. Boop, boop, boo. This one I'm gonna play. This is a song by Avril-Cadabra. Sorry for having a hard time saying your name. Avril-Cadabra. There we go.
Initiating system protocol. Danger is imminent. System failure. Failure. Protocol. Initiating system protocol. Danger is imminent. Failure. 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 Initiating system protocol. Danger is imminent. Danger is imminent. System failure. Protocol. System failure. Protocol.
That was awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. The name of that song was Failure, I believe. I believe this next song is a cover, if I'm not mistaken, by Celodux. Silodux. There we go. Celodux. Oh, did I stop that too? Thanks for submitting that. It was awesome. It was super great. Yeah, I guess that's a work in progress, but it sounds perfect, so I don't know what you're talking about. I guess I have another song. I need to take out the SD card and transfer it over. I guess we have another song, I should say. Sorry about that. Let's see. I think it's this one. Another song by Avril Cadabra. Thank you so much for submitting these, everyone. Really appreciated. Awesome. Thanks so much for sharing. Yeah. If anybody has any questions in regards to your pre-order, or any questions in general, you could always reach out to me at dirtywaveinstruments@gmail.com. It's the same email that was used on your pre-order notification. I try to be really good about responding. So yeah. I guess there was no samples used on that last song. Pretty awesome. And if anybody has any ideas for meetup topics or things you want to see covered here, you could ask on Discord or DM me or et cetera, et cetera. I am around. Oh, I have a couple more tracks, it looks like. By Cytotoxic. Hold on a second, I'm reading. Okay, I'm gonna play one of these. I'm gonna play one of these songs. I feel happy that we have the headless version. I think it's super cool that gives people an option who can't afford it. It also gives people who pre-ordered a way to learn it before, you know, they get their unit, and allows people to check it out before purchasing. And I think it also makes for a good backup plan, you know, in case you need to send in an M8 for repair for whatever reason, etc. Like, you still have access to all your tunes, which is pretty sweet. Uh-oh. What happened? My screen went blank. Hold on a second. I'm just trying to transfer a file while talking. Even in the future, nothing works. Let's see. I got the file. Hack the planet. It's at that place where I put that thing that time. All right, enough of hackers quotes. Come on, get in there. All right. Load. Hold on a second. A work in progress for the meetup, pronounced like Euphoronic and moronic mixed. Like I can pronounce anything. I'm so terrible at reading, I swear. All right, this song's by Cytotoxic. Thank you so much for submitting your work in progress. I am sorry that apparently the cutoff of one of the instruments wasn't quite right. Hopefully that was what you were talking about. I started to adjust the cutoff a little bit. But yeah, feel free to submit more songs. It's totally okay. It's a work in progress. I'm not showing any of my works in progress because they're all terrible by comparison. Or maybe I just don't have time. Anyways, I guess unless somebody has questions, I think we're wrapped on M8 for this week. We'll be back in 2
I sent
weeks.
you another song.
You sent me another song?
Yeah, you had there's 2 songs I sent you.
Okay, fine. I'll play both. Give me a second. Good work, by the way.
Thanks.
I'm transferring the song now. Your thanks sounded sarcastic, by the way. Thanks, Tim. You didn't even play the second song. Come on. There we go. Load. This next song again is by Cytotoxic. It's called Gollum. Or maybe it won't play at all because I broke something. Hold on, let me unbreak. I'm running a pre-release version of M8, by the way, so apologies in advance if your song should play fine, but I don't know. I've been sitting on this pre-release for a while. It removed the MIDI setting for the Type AB, and I've been trying to sort out any bugs on it. So. Thank you so much for submitting that track. I'm pretty sure Gollum is copy left, right, everybody? Yes. I think that's a resounding yes. I'm just kidding. I really like what you did with the synth bass, and that sounded great. And on that note, I think if we have no more questions, we can call the meetup a meetup. I am definitely looking for suggestions on topics to cover. I'll probably keep doing those production kind of little videos here and there, just because I think it's kind of cool. If I was waiting for it, it'd be nice to see some of the things happening. Wow. Anyways, everybody have a good weekend. Oh, that reminds me. Mikey, where's your 303 demo at?
Oh, my 303 demo. I gotta put that together too. Thank you for reminding me. I've been working on commissions and hadn't worked on the other things that I promised. So now I have more time, it sounds like. So
I'll pay you with kindness.
excellent. I do like kindness. That's good currency.
Anyways,
Yeah, I'll put that together. I'll get that ready for next time.
that'd be awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but no pressure or anything. I was only
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah, all good. All good.
But yeah, thanks everybody for joining. I'm sorry for the terrible news. I am gutted about it myself. Those of you that know me know how hard I've been working on this. Yeah. But I appreciate everybody showing up to this meetup. And hopefully we'll have more good news in the coming weeks. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good weekend.
Thank you for working so hard.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the update. It's actually super nice.
All right, everybody. Have a good weekend. And I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.